everybody, I'm Brian Henk, and I'm one of the co-designers of Good Cop, Bad Cop. Today I'm going to show you how to play the new expansion, the second expansion, Undercover. So first off, let's look at the components. You get a new lead investigator, so you'll be using that. You'll also get a bunch of covers. These are your undercover assignment, because now you're going undercover. Everybody's going to have a unique player power. That's what these represent. You also get a whole bunch of new equipment. And so I'm going to put these in a pile. Note that I'm using a pre-production copy of the game, so it's going to look pretty close, but it's not going to be exact. So you'll also need some stuff from the base game. Undercover requires the base game of Good Cop, Bad Cop. So you'll need the guns, all 4 guns from the base game. You'll need the 2 wounded tokens. You'll need the integrity deck. You can also use this with bombers and traders. So you could use the integrity deck either from the base game or from the Bombers and Traders expansion. I would warn you that if you combine both Bombers and Traders and Undercover, it's going to get pretty complex. So I would only recommend that for the most veteran of Good Cop, Bad Cop players. You'll also need all of the equipment from Bombers and Traders or the base game, promos you may have gotten, equipment packs. There's a bunch of equipment out there by now, so you'll use all of that equipment, just throw it all in there if you'd like, or you could just use it from the base game, but I would just throw it all in. So, first off, you're gonna shuffle. Let's just shuffle all of the equipment. Actually, before you shuffle it, take out, look in the upper right corner, take out any of the equipment that has, you'll really do this with the integrity deck, the guns, the covers, and the equipment. Anything with a number greater than the number of players in your game, take it out. So we're going to set up a 4-player game real quick. So take out anything that is above 4+. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now I'm ready to go. So you can start off just like in any game of Good Cop, Bad Cop. Go ahead and take out the agent and the kingpin, then shuffle the rest of the integrity cards together. Add another card so that you have 1 for each player, another 2 cards in our case for a 4-player game. And then deal 1 of those to each player. And then deal 2 more random cards to each player. So everybody now has their 3 integrity cards. They can take a look at them, put them down in any order that they'd like. Now everybody is going to get a cover. So I'm going to put the guns in the center of the table, as you do. Give everybody a equipment card first. Put those in the center of the table. And so yeah, now I'm going to give everybody a cover. So this is going to be their undercover assignment. So you can shuffle these, shuffle them together, and then just go under the table or in a bag or something like that. Just give everybody a random one. It's not a secret thing. Everybody knows what you are. And then you can choose one of your cards to put this on. And this will, this is important because it's going to protect it from investigation. So I'm the hustler here. I'm going to look at my cards, see who I am. All right. I am going to put this right on my but I can, before I do that, I should choose a side. So I can either use the purple passive side or the red active side. And the purple passive side is going to give me an ability that I can use that is just ongoing. It's always in effect. But if I choose the red active side, I can choose to use this ability on my turn, as my turn action. So everybody can look, decide which one they want. I'll go with the active side. And then they cover up one of their cards. So everybody's going to make that decision. Cover up one of their cards. All right. And that's how you set up a game of Undercover. So the changes in rules are that now, as I mentioned, the card that's covered, you can never investigate that card. So if I look around the table, I can only investigate the cards not covered. When I do investigate another card, I look at it, I put it back, and then the cover always moves to that card. And now that does a couple things. One, it opens up the card that was previously covered so that anybody can go investigate it. They probably covered it up for a reason, so now that's fair game. It also makes sure that the card that I just saw is now information that belongs only to me, because now this card is covered, nobody can see what I just saw. They're going to have to spend an action to investigate another card, and then they can look at it. So it adds, it might not seem like a lot, but it actually adds a lot to the gameplay. It really changes things. So that's one thing. And then your cover is only there while you have at least one cover face, one integrity card face down. So once all of your cards get flipped up, so at this point, this person has one card flipped face down. The rest of them are face up. And now if they were to take a gun or flip that card up for any other reason, their cover would then be blown. All of their cards, their integrity cards, are face up. You'd put your cover back in the box, and you wouldn't be able to use your unique player power anymore. So that's how a cover gets blown. One other thing I'll mention, if your cover is, say, on your middle card, and you were to pick up a card, something that would make you flip up one of your face-down cards face up, you can choose the card that's currently covered. And then anytime you find your cover on a face-up card, you'd immediately choose that player, the player who owns the cover, would choose which integrity card should now be covered. So that's how that works. Your unique player power, as I mentioned, now on the new lead investigator, there is one of the actions is cover. It's all the same as the previous game, but there's a new one called cover. And so for your turn, instead of investigating, equipping, arming, or shooting, I can do the cover, which would mean on the active side, I can use my ability. So as the Hustler, trade your equipment card for any other player's equipment card, then you may take the equip action. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this person. We trade cards. I look at it. I don't really like that one, so I'm going to take the equip action. Do that, flip up one of my cards, and there we go. I use my action, it would be the other player's turn. I would hand them the lead investigator. That is it for Undercover. Those are the only rules that changed. I think you'll find that the added equipment and the way the covers change how investigation happens really adds a lot to the game. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed this video.